This is a quarterly survey that goes out at the end of the quarter, the beginning of the new quarter from the 1st to the 15th. This last one, we actually got finished in July. August, the report came out, and we're going to report on this now. Those who are buying businesses vary somewhat according to the price point they are willing to pay and able to pay. And unsurprisingly, individuals pretty much always show up at that less than 500K price point. It's great, even less than $1 million. What doesn't usually show up so commonly as here is that 1/3 of those in the 500 to 1 million, 500K to $1 million purchase price were actually acquired by an existing company or strategic buyer. And even more unheard is almost 1/4 of those at less than 500K. This is an anomaly. We've never seen this before. So last quarter, there were some really strange and once in a lifetime deals, or we'll find out this quarter if they'll continue. But less than $1 million, you typically see predominantly closer to 70-80% of an individual buyer.
Yeah, and I think part of that, Lisa, could be just tied to there was so few number of good sellers out there and so many buyers, so a lot of buyers I've talked to have continued to come downstream so they could get a good deal or find something that could be an add-on for their existing company. So they did get into smaller deals. And I think one thing that's interesting here too is that typically private equity is equal to or sometimes exceeds strategic buyers on the lower middle market at 2 to 5 and 5 to 50, and that existing was 40, over 40%. Strategic buyers versus private equity was that's surprising. And again, that'll be something to see in this next, if that's more of a norm or if that was just a little bit of anomaly as well. But definitely a lot of buyers out there and a lot of companies trying to position themselves. And I think a lot of that is what we've seen and talking with different buyers is that it is so hard to find employees to grow organically these days, is that companies are saying, hey, I know there's business out there to be had. I can't find the employees to grow organically, but I've got a strong balance sheet. I'm going to go out there and buy a company to continue our growth strategy. So I think a lot of people are buying versus building internally these days, and that's why I think some of those jumps might be what we're seeing there.
Yes, and we've seen that. I mean, personally, both you and I have seen that as well. There is some of that, but the other aspect is the individual who owned a business before, they're exiting their current career sometime and buying another business. So those individuals showing up in that $2 to $50 million range, and first-time individuals buying a business are almost unheard of at that range as well.
Correct.
You don't usually start your first-time business up there.
Yeah, I think in that 2 to 5, that 24%, a lot of people got out when things were good in the last couple of years, sold their business, and they're going, okay, that was a successful exit. Let's double down and try it again. So yeah, it's interesting to see the dynamics playing out right now.